Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. So, for the last 9 weeks, I took a bit of a vacation of sorts. But I didn't travel very far and I didn't stay anywhere luxurious, and to be honest, it wasn't even that relaxing. I was staying in this tent on the north ridge of Ingersoll Scout Reservation. I spent my summer working on the staff of the Boy Scout summer camp that Ingersoll has every year. I was the Ecology Conservation Director, although on camp we shortened it to EcoCon. As EcoCon Director, I had several responsibilities, the first of which was being in charge of the Nature Center, which we just called EcoCon. I also had 2 assistants on my staff, Bennett and Drew. When it came to day-to-day responsibilities, I was in charge of teaching 5 nature merit badges: bird study, astronomy, reptile and amphibian study, fish and wildlife management, and environmental science. In addition to merit badges, I was also in charge of the EcoCon Nature Challenge and Tree Mail. The Nature Challenge was where scouts brought me and my staff snakes, turtles, frogs, toads, salamanders, and fish, and we gave them points. And then we had Tree Mail, which was a set of fun and in some cases very sarcastic nature challenges. Some of my favorites include leave and then come back. Tell us where bats like to live in Ingersoll and then spend the next 5 minutes talking with a throaty Batman voice. And look at a star map and find your favorite constellation, then sing a song about it. Just to name a few. And then we would give awards at the end of the week to the troops that did the best in each challenge. I had a very enjoyable summer. But it had its unenjoyable parts too. There were some days when it was blazing hot. There were days when it rained and rained, which was not good for me since my tent had a few leaks. Also, I had a colony of carpenter ants as roommates. In addition to all that, it turns out that camping for extended periods of time can take a great strain on the body because I got sick several times, as well as many members of the staff. In camp weeks 3 and 4, so many scouts and staff members got sick, and most of them had similar symptoms. My friend Nick, who is the camp health officer, didn't really know what to call it, so he just called it the Ingerfunk. Now, a lot of things like these happen at camp. Bugs are everywhere. I'm not even kidding, my legs were engulfed by mosquitoes. Unfavorable weather is to be expected, and sickness is just something that happens. But even with all of these things, I keep coming back to camp, and I love it. But that raises the question of why. Why do I keep coming back to camp? Especially seeing as this is my 4th year of staff. This is a question that many people have posed to me, and I have asked myself many times. And I think the short answer is that this camp is my home. The first camping trip to Ingersoll that I took was in 2007, and I've been coming back to Ingersoll as a camper for about 4 or 5 summers. Add that to the 4 years I've been on staff, and it's clear to see that I spent many weeks at this camp. But those first few weeks that I spent at Scout Camp were actually not all that great for me. My first Scout Camp week, it stormed and I got water in my tent. I was very homesick to the point where I had to use my dad's phone to call my mom, and I ended up not liking camp. But I kept coming back summer after summer, and all that camping toughened me up, and I began to enjoy camp. But it wasn't until my first summer on staff that I began to feel completely different about camp altogether. When most people start working on camp staff, they start at the lowest rank, which is called a CIT, or a counselor in training, and it's essentially the equivalent of an unpaid intern. Each week at camp, the CITs get assigned to a new area, and then they work there for the week of camp. My first year as a CIT in 2010, I only worked 1 week, so I only worked in one place, and that was EcoCon. But in that 1 week, I learned so much, and not just about nature, but I learned so much about what it means to be a Boy Scout. That EcoCon staff that year consisted of 3 people, Nick Cosgrove, Nat Connor, and Adam Geyer. And the way that I saw them act around others made me think about what it means to be a Boy Scout. They showed me that scouting is about service, and not just service, but cheerful service. I watched them teach merit badges, but they didn't just cover the material, they made it fun. And being a part of staff that year gave me a small glimpse of what being a Boy Scout actually means. It's about serving our country and doing our duty to God, to others, and to ourselves. So I came back another year as a CIT in 2011, but it wasn't until 2013 that I actually came on to paid staff as an EcoCon assistant. I taught merit badges and did a lot of things that I did this summer as director. And I try to think about what has changed between my summer in 2013 and my summer in 2015. And I have a whole lot more responsibility as director, but I don't think a whole lot has changed. But the question of why do I keep coming back was repeatedly asked to me. I thought about a lot of things that I loved and the things that I hated about camp. But I do hate carpenter ants and the scorching heat and heavy rain when I have a leaky tent. But I love camp more. I have this theory that I thought up of in 2012 while I was in Philmont Scout Ranch, a different Boy Scout summer camp near Cimarron, New Mexico. And it's helped me understand a lot about life. And I think that life can be measured in experiences. And not that more or less experiences make a life more or less wholesome, but more like our experiences make us who we are. The things that we go through in life can change us and turn us into people that we are today. And I think that is what Ingersoll and the Boy Scouts of America have done for me. Because I've gotten to do things like hike a mountain that's 12,441 feet tall in Philmont, and join literally thousands of Boy Scouts at the 100th Anniversary Boy Scout Jamboree. But more importantly, I come back because I love giving back to this place. The EcoCon staff of 2010 and 2011 helped me better myself through scouting, and if I can help scouts to learn what I learned, then it's worth it. By being on staff, I wanted to leave my mark on this place and contribute to the 50-year history that this place has had. The place has changed me just as it has changed many people before, and I keep coming back because I want to help scouts become better through scouting. I think that the scouting movement is one of the greatest organizations that the world has seen for helping people become the best version of themselves. And the individuals that truly want to become the best versions of themselves are the ones that go on to become Eagle Scouts and those that continue to be a part of scouting. Over the course of the summer, I asked many of my Eagle Scout friends why they wanted to become Eagle Scouts. I got several different answers, but the one that I heard the most was they wanted to become the best version of themselves. And I realize now that I wanted to become the best version of myself too, as I think there is a bit of that in everyone. But I also wanted to become an Eagle Scout because it's a great honor, and I wanted to join the legacy that the Eagle Scouts have. Much in the same way how I wanted to become a part of Ingersoll's legacy, and not just be a part of the legacy, but to improve it. To do my part and to make the camp, the Boy Scouts of America, the United States, and the whole world even better than it was before.
What? Yeah, camp!
God bless and have a good day.